This illustration deals with wall countertop spaces in accordance with 210.52C and C1 as in car. Now notice we could use multi-outlet assemblies and notice the multi-outlet assembly that you see in the drawing is considered one outlet in accordance with 210.52C. Now, in my opinion, this was put into the code to determine the number of outlets that is now required by the countertop without a wall behind it. And you can see the new rule. If I had an island or a countertop without a wall behind it, then notice the new rule states, and you can see the new rule to the right, if you had an 8-foot by 4-foot countertop that was 32 inches, the first 9 foot requires one receptacle. The next 18 foot requires one receptacle. Then anything beyond that would require one receptacle, like the next 5 foot. So we would need 3 receptacles there on that island where previously just needed one, and that was for a island or a counter that would not have a wall behind it, so to speak. Now, notice there is a receptacle required at the, or you could put it at the bottom of a cabinet if it the countertop extended out, you know, at least 6 inches. And you could have one down, as you see there from the top. You could set it up no more than 20 inches. Now that 20 inches would pertain to one of those receptacles that's on the countertop. If you're not supposed to be up above 20 inches with it, and we could find that rule in 210.52C5 exception. And then notice again the layout starting at the sink. In any direction around a countertop with a wall behind it, you could space them within 4 foot, and that would put you within a receptacle within that distance. But notice no face-up receptacle is allowed in the countertop. It would have to be a listed assembly put down that you'd push down, and it would be flush, and then hit it again, push it down, and it'd pop up like a tombstone, and you could use that. So this gets into the 4-foot rule around the countertop for receptacle, so you would be within 2 foot in any direction with any kind of portable type appliance, such as a toaster, a mixer, a coffee pot, or anything like that. But notice the countertop extends out with a wall behind it beyond the cooktop. So since it is a countertop over 24 inches, you'd need another receptacle there at least based upon the distance. So it basically says there's a set additional receptacle. If 12 inches or more of countertop is present, we would need another receptacle, but notice it is 24 inches or less, so only one is all that you would need. Now, the thing you really want to look out for very carefully is these receptacles have to be GFCI protected in accordance with 210.8A6. And be very, you've got to look at these countertops. Is there a wall behind the countertop? Or is it an extension of the countertop without a wall behind it? Or is it an island sitting out in maybe the center of the kitchen without any wall around it at all? So typically this is what electricians are trained to know when they walk into an area that is classified as a kitchen as defined in Article 100 of the NEC.